Welcome back to the second edition of the Lions Den. My name's Sam Hibbins. I'm joined again by Lockie Ferguson. Fer, great to have you back, mate.
Pleasure again.
Mate, it's been huge. The first edition just went gangbusters on social media, didn't it?
Massive.
We had over 2,000 views on Facebook. That was huge. You know, a lot of good criticism, some bad, but
We have to expect that, don't we? Yeah, we copped a little bit, but it was good. Good to get some engagement from the Collegians community. So overall, it's a very positive reaction.
Absolutely, mate. All right, let's roll straight into it, to the weekend results. The first and seconds both went down to Mentone against St. Bede's, and both came away winners, which was huge. In the second, Xander Croft kicked 4 goals, and Jesse Van Conrick in the ruck was judged best of field.
Beautiful. Well, on to the thirds and 19s, both at home at the Trot. Thirds lost to St. Kevin's, unfortunately, but Harry Hawkins and Seamus Hobbs were best of field. Under 19s lost to Williamstown, but with Ed Green, which is good to see him out there, kicking 5 goals in a superb display. And the girls went down to Old Zabs in a practice match, but we'll get onto that later in the show.
Imagine how good Ed Green could be if he actually came to training, mate. It could be something big.
Could be huge.
It could be huge. Ed, if you're watching, mate, get to training. Anyway, onto our game though. We were both playing in the ones down at Mentone. What did you make of the game, Lock?
Well, it was a great start to the year, as we both anticipated. It was round one. It was pretty hot in the first quarter. There was a breeze going off the bay, which made it quite difficult to score up off our end. So we were heading into it the first quarter. So we knew we had to get off to a good start. Unfortunately, they kicked 4 goals to our none in the first quarter. But look, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be hot early, but I thought we were playing all right for most of the first half. But just a couple of skill errors here and there. You know, a lot of new players just learning to make that connection with each other. And then, of course, we got to the second half, and the weather just flipped on its head. It went from a hot 27-degree day to, I think it was almost hailing there at one stage. I'd never seen a man. Lindsay Apted used a whole tube of zinc on his body pre-game, and he was wiping it out of his eyes in the last quarter. It was quite a spectacle. But that last quarter, I think we were down by a goal or a point.
7 points at one stage.
7 points at one stage, and we dug really deep. You kicked a couple in the last quarter, which was great, but all of our players stood up. Especially our defence was amazing as well, like always.
Yeah.
And we came away with a point, which is huge down there, away, first game of the year.
It's a tough task to go down there. For those who don't know it, it's down on Brisdeasy Street in Mentone, very small ground, so it's hard to play your game style. So look, we'll take the points and we'll move on to round 2.
As you can see with the ladder here, we're now sitting third after round 1, which is always nice. St. Kevin's and Old Zabs ahead of us. Speaking of women's football, which we talked about earlier, we caught up with Lucy Cutts at training, the captain of the girls team, and here's what she had to say about all things Collegians footy. I'm joined here by Lucy Cutts, the first ever captain of the inaugural Collegians women's team. Lucy, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Sam.
First things first, congratulations on being a captain. That must make you feel pretty proud.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to make history, not only being the first ever women's captain, but also being in the first ever women's team. So I couldn't be happier or prouder.
Now on to last week's game against Xavier. Unfortunately, it wasn't the result we all hoped. Just talk about that game, sort of who played well and things to improve on for next week, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think for us it was just about getting or developing understanding of the game, how the game's played. For some of the girls, it was the first time they've ever been on a footy field under pressure. So we progressed as the game progressed. We got better, we got more attacking. Unfortunately, that didn't represent on the scoreboard, but you know, for the girls, I think it was important for them to get that game under their belt. It's a grading game as well, so it's not, obviously the points count, but it's a learning opportunity for us. So we had Maddie Cordner absolutely dominated in the ruck. I don't think she lost a hit out all game. So, you know, we'll develop our skills with that as well, where the ball's going to go, hopefully develop some runs, some plays, get some plays going. Hannah Lanceman was the best on ground. She just absolutely threw herself into everything. Isabella Bowering down back, she was awesome. But I mean, you can't really single out specifics because the girls all worked together and they all kind of built on what they did the previous quarter. So it was really exciting and, you know, as I said, making history.
Now, for the viewers out there who are not sure how the women's team and competition's working, can you just explain the grading games that you've
briefly mention how that's working and then what's happening after that?
Sure. So the first 3 games of the season are grading games. So we played Xavier last week, we play South Melbourne this week, and then Swinburne the week after. After those 3 games, all of the girls' competitions then gets graded into 4 divisions, and they're hoping that it will make it a little bit more competitive and will make it more enjoyable for everyone playing.
Okay, fantastic. And this week, of course, you play under lights after the senior men's team, which is huge here at the Harry Trott. Starts at 5 p.m. Just tell us, I know it's a team and we all should be focusing on a team, just tell us a few individuals that the fans that come down can expect to, see lighted up here at the Trot.
Yeah, good question. Look, it's also great to have the boys as a curtain raiser for us, playing at 5 p.m. So, ones to watch, obviously, apart from me, Sam.
Of course, Lucy.
Maddie Cordner in the ruck, she'll dominate. Have a think about Isabella Bowring down back, Hannah Lanceman on the wing. Alexis isn't playing this weekend, but she's one to watch, and also Alison West at fullback down the back, she dominates. But all the girls, I'm sure you'll have your favourite numbers, but number 6 should be one to watch.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, Lucy. We look forward to watching you this Saturday and the girls go around and hopefully get the first win for the year.
That's right. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Lucy, for giving up your time there with that great interview. Okay, on to the season launch. The Players Run season launch that happened last Saturday. That was a great success at the Union Hotel, one of our major sponsors. Over 150 people there in attendance. It was a great night and just a great way to kick off the season after a good win.
We touched on it last episode of the Lions Den, April 22nd, first home game lunch. Be great to see everyone down there. It's a very special day. The seniors are starting at 2:10. The day kicks off at 12 for a lunch if you're interested in coming down. But we start at 2:10 against Uni Blacks, which we'll get into in a sec. But then the women for the first time are playing after us, which starts at 5 p.m. under lights. So it's going to be really good to watch them go around.
Finally, just for this episode, make sure you follow Collegians FC on Instagram, like Collegians Football Club on Facebook, and if you are interested in becoming a club member, you can do that by going online to the Collegians website, clicking on membership, and the most basic membership package starts at $125. It's a great way to help the club. You can never have too many members, which is, just fantastic. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. Cheers.
See you guys.